Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
I'll tell you what, as a quarterback, you sure appreciate a run back like that to begin a ball game. It makes your life a lot easier, and they're going to be set up with really good field position to get things going.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They run. It's the rookie from UCLA. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Pass play now. It is caught left side. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Hey!
Looking for a throw here. That's complete to Sam Laporta. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
The Steelers making their red zone debut in this one. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
First down, here's Swift. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Going to run again with Swift. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on third down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Hits his running back. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Handoff running right. Here's Swift. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 48. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. And he'll be out of bounds just a yard or two short of that 25.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
There we go, sack. Check smash. Go.
They give it to him again. And he gets him around 6 there. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. Man in motion, out of the slot. From the gun on 3rd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know that it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Second and 6 coming up here. Pass play coming here. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Steelers first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. On first down, they'll run. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Wow, wide open here, complete. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in, right? Higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there, but boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers take a 4-point lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Here's 2nd and 7. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Setting up a throw. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. All right, defense did its job, forced the offense into a 3rd and long, and that, in large part, partner, led to that interception.
Such a dichotomy, Kate, in so many ways. Offensively, we hear all the time, what? Stay on schedule, avoid these situations. Defensive coaches, you know what they say, earn the right to rush the passer, earn the right to make them one-dimensional, and when you do, go pay it off. And they did in the biggest of ways with that huge INT.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Come on. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. 60 Bobcat.
They motion Tucker over left.
Go.
Back to throw on 1st and 10. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Steelers leading near the break. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19. Hook.
He's going to throw this one. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it deep downfield. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers grow their lead just before halftime. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Gay with the point after. And the Steelers drive their lead to 11. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Now looking to throw. Taken in by Jones. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that gives the Browns a first. Back to throw now. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They are throwing it again. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Jab 60, jab 60. Buffalo 18. Mustang 19. Go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 2nd down.
All right, 17. Let's go. 19 tight. 19 tight. Let's go.
Throwing it again here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They're throwing it. Escapes the pocket. He's running. The ball is out. And this goes out of bounds. The fumble, not ideal, but hey, did end up being a small gain on the play. And a field goal try coming up shortly from the Browns. From 37 yards in the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. He'll begin his return from the 11. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready?
He'll throw it. Finds a man right side. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he...
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Got all of it, but no good. He needed a touch more to clear that crossbar. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Boswell on to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
This finds Smith. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go. 70 Rangers, 19 Lions.
They'll try and throw it here. Taken in by Smith. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
To the air now on first and 10. He's on the move. Down the run right, throwing deep down. Big gain downfield. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping a tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Go.
He's throwing for it. Tipped in the air, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
On the set.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, first and 10.
Head the street. Head the street. Check go.
Airing it out to start this drive. Finds Laporta.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Handoff now from the gun. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
The drive picks up here, first and 10.
Come 19. Come 19.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers push their lead further to start the half. Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers push the lead to 2 scores now. Now Boswell on to send this away. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. 3rd and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that brings up 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
The Browns are lining up to punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68. And the Steelers will take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Let's go.
From the 29. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Steelers set to punt it. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Begins his return at the 16. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Browns will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying the right side. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, you go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
Three quarters in the books from this one. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. A give right side for Swift. And they're ready for him at the line. Couldn't manage anything there.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
The Steelers go to a dime set. Must be thinking pass on this 3rd down. Couple additional DBs brought in. He's dropping back to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
The Browns are lined up to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Starts his return from the 23. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Nice moves on the return. He gets 17 out of it. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set. 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. As the open man downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Looking to the air here. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. The Steelers leaving their offense on the field. We got a 2-point conversion coming up. Sending them up the middle. And he will get into the end zone. They go for 2, and that gives them a 3-score advantage. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They run the counter with Swift. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9. Staying grounded with Swift. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. So out now comes the punter. And they could really use a good one here. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. He's got it. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And it's going to be their football coming up.
60 by 6. 60. Ready?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Dumps it off to his running back. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back-to-back carries here. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steve.